How to lose a sale, ask questions without permission. This is Sales for Nice People. And yes, obviously you have to ask questions when you're in a sales process because questions are the answer to everything. But there is a hidden deal killer called missing permission. And if you don't get permission, then that can actually be the reason that you can't move your deals forward with people. Consider. Nobody has the right to just walk into your kitchen and start making a coffee for themselves. They don't have permission for that. People cannot just call you up and start pitching an insurance policy at you, unless maybe you're feeling masochistic that day. They don't have permission to invade your private space. You cannot just go and offer advice to people. Hey, listen, I think you should do this thing or that thing. They didn't ask, they didn't give you permission, and they're going to reject your suggestion. Now, in a sales process, permission is fundamental. Therapists know this very well. Coaches know this very well too. When a coach or a therapist has to ask a question, they don't just launch into the question. They go, do you mind if I ask you more about that? Because that way you get the other person's buy-in, you get their permission, you get them to involve themselves in exploring the answer. Whereas if you just go, tell me more about that experience, that person might feel very threatened. Whereas if you start by saying, would you mind if I ask you to tell me a bit more about that experience? And they say yes. Well, now you have permission. In your sales process, you need to do the same thing. You cannot just ask everything of your buyer. Maybe you're going, well, tell me how big is your team? And your buyer has just been through a round of layoffs. Ouch. Or maybe you go, hey, this decision, is that something you make on your own or should I speak with your co-founder as well? Well, if that person has just walked out of an argument with their co-founder about decisions, your question is going to make them lean back. It's going to make them be less involved in the sales process. Whereas if you ask, do you mind if I ask you about the decision-making process? Then they're going to say yes, or they're going to be evasive, which then gives you intel, which enables you to handle the conversation and the question in a more appropriate way. And in all those examples where something is done without permission, something happens that violates the fundamental sense of autonomy that every person has. If somebody comes in and tries to invade that space and do things without our permission, it is a violation of something really very fundamental. So whatever you do in your sales process, the questions that you have to ask, and read the Sales for Nice People Academy to find out more about which questions to ask and how to ask them. Any of the questions that you have to ask, and you have to ask questions, make sure that you ask them by asking for permission first. Don't let missing permission be the hidden deal killer. For more insights and tips like this, go to salesfornicepeople.com/sign up, where you can get a short daily email with things like these every day. And I will see you again on Monday.